What is going on, everybody? I am the FT Guru, bringing to you guys a Monday MLB edition of my DFS podcast. We have 9 games on the MLB main slate tonight, and they're split up pretty well. We have 3 games for the early slate at 6:40 Eastern. I will be playing that, and then 4 games in the after-hours slate as well. So anytime there's a slate with 3 or more games, I like to play it. So the early slate, the main slate, and the after-hours slate gives us 3 MLB slates today. Obviously, the 2 NBA games as well. So plenty of stuff to do tonight. A lot of opportunities to kick off our week on the right note. There's some pretty chalky plays in MLB tonight for the main slate. I will be discussing that in this video. Give it a like. Make sure you are subscribed. And going right into pitcher, the clear-cut guy you want tonight, he's going to be extremely, heavily owned. There's going to be a lot of high-owned guys tonight. Like I said, it's definitely a chalky kind of slate with a guy like Jacob deGrom going in Kansas City, and we have a Coors Field game. deGrom looks great. He had a shaky first start in his Rangers uniform, but has quickly bounced back. 13 combined innings, 20 strikeouts in those 13 innings. He just played the Royals last start. He pitched well. Did give up 7 hits, but he had 9 strikeouts, 46 fantasy points. He should be like 11,500, if not 12,000. In that start against the Orioles, after having a bad opening day start, 10,000 made sense. But now that he's had a couple of great starts under his belt, he should not be sub 11,000. There's really no other guy, dollar for dollar, for pitching tonight that even comes close to deGrom. Corbin Burnes, if you wanted to get a little weird in GPPs, he's coming off of a great game. Definitely a more difficult matchup in Seattle. 10,000, a decent price for Burnes with his upside. I think Gausman is too expensive at 11-1. Tough matchup in Houston, and there's not many cheap guys we can look at. Zach Wheeler maybe, but that Phillies and White Sox game got postponed already due to bad weather. We have no other games on tonight's slate that are going to have rain issues. That Detroit game in the early only slate could have some rain issues. We're going to have to check back on that closer to game time. But deGrom at pitcher, I'm certainly going to have him on my cash and hybrid teams tonight. There's a decent chance I end up putting him on every lineup, including the GPP. It's going to be really hard to get away from this play in Kansas City. And then for the bats, it's a little boring, but it's just the right thing to do. The Coors game has an 11.5 over-under. You have 2, below average lefties going at it. Rich Hill against Kyle Freeland. Both of these teams just look awesome on the offensive end. Ke'Bryan Hayes, there is no reason why he should be 2,900. Anytime there's a guy in Coors Field batting in the top 5 of the lineup and it's sub 3,500, they're going to look like a good play. Hayes has had a tough start to the year, 186 average, but has come alive over his last 3 games with 3 extra base hits in those 3 games, a double, a triple, and a home run. So he's seeing the ball better. There's a good chance he leads off tonight, just hits in the top 4 of this lineup. 2,900 is just such an easy value play. These Coors guys are pretty cheaply priced, so it makes it very, very realistic to be able to stack the Coors game with deGrom. We're going to just have all Coors guys as bats here. Jerickson Profar on the other end here should be leading off as well, 2,800. Far too cheap. Multi-positional eligibility, shortstop and outfield. Again, the Rockies look great tonight. Rich Hill carries an 0-2 record, 7.2 ERA to start this year. We all know Rich Hill is on the back end of his career. There is a very good chance the Rockies light him up very early in this game. Chris Bryant, again, 3,100. The guy should be 4,100. It just doesn't make any sense. Like I said earlier, this game with an 11.5 over-under, by far the highest over-under on this slate. We want to get all the exposure to this game as possible. Like Chris Bryant, there's a good chance he homers in this game as well. Righty-lefty matchup against Hill looks fantastic. And then McCutchen as well in the outfield, 3,600. Now he's almost appropriately priced at 3,600. He's one of the more expensive guys. Brian Reynolds is the most expensive guy in this game. I think he's 4,400. If you have the money to get up to Brian Reynolds, obviously don't hate it. He's had a huge start to this year for the Pirates. McCutchen at 3,600 looks great. He's got some stolen bags under his belt. Good start to his campaign with the Pirates, his second campaign with the Pirates. Hits in 4 straight games, 2 homers, 300 average. Another great spot here at Coors Field for McCutchen. That'll do it for this video, guys. Let's have a big night tonight. Again, DeGrom, Coors Field. Those are going to be the higher owned plays. If you wanted to get weirder in GPPs, you can always, stack another game. It's baseball. You never know what's going to happen. But in terms of cash, these are all guys you're going to want to have. They're probably all going to be 50% or more owned. So a very chalky night on this main slate. Again, we have 2 other slates, the early, the after hours, and then again, NBA. So, let's get after it tonight. Thank you for watching. Give this video a like, subscribe. Until next time, I am the FT Guru, and I'm signing off.